Hi, this is Lisa Grugan at Meadow Greenhouse, and we're going to talk this week about picking plants for fall. Everybody always seems to have a little bit of a hard time when it comes to actually selecting mums. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background on that. When you are picking a mum, it depends on when you want it to be really pretty. If you're having a party tonight, you can get one that's in full bloom. Once they start cracking color, which is basically when the buds first start opening, you've got about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the temperature. Hot, it's going to go faster. Cold, and it's going to go slower until it's in peak. Once it's in peak, it's going to go downhill. When the buds are still tightly closed like this, you've probably got at least another week before they even start cracking. So if you've got an event that's going to be 3 weeks or so down the line, you probably want to get one that's still tightly budded. This one is nice and in between. You've still got quite a bit of time on here, probably at least a month, but it's open enough that you can see what color they are. If you want your mums to come back, you need to get them in the ground by the 1st of October. If you don't, they really don't have enough time to get their roots down. And remember that the mums that you're buying this time of year are not true perennial mums. They are hybrids. Some of them have been so changed that they don't really know what they are anymore. So they may come back the same color, they may come back a different color. Instead of one mum, you may get lots of little mumlets coming back next year. So keep that in mind. It's not something that you can depend on to be a true perennial. As for pansies, it basically comes down to picking the color that you like the best. Some people like the ones with the open faces, some people like the ones that have the colored faces. The main thing to remember is pick a nice, compact, deeply green colored plant. You don't want a lot of yellowing in there, you don't want spots on the leaves, and you don't want one that's tall and leggy, although if it does get tall and leggy, that's called stretching, and it does that in response to the heat. You can just pinch it back. Because pansies are going to be in the ground for so long, if you put them in now, they'll be blooming through next May. They do appreciate having a little bit of food put in there. You can just use a good bedding food. That will take it on through the fall, or you can do something like Osmocote that is a slow release fertilizer, and that will take you all the way into the winter, and then you'll need to hit them again in the spring with that. So that's a little bit of basic information about picking out your fall plants. This is Lisa Grugan from Meadow Greenhouse for Fox 43.